Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to dig into a question that one of my viewers asked about the 2024 election. They asked, was Kamala Harris aware that it was stolen? So I'd like to get right into it, but before I do, please hit that like button, share, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed if you're already subscribed, and thank you in advance for doing so. Thank you to all my subscribers. All right, so was this 2024 election stolen? The question is, was Kamala Harris aware it was stolen? I'm of the belief that it was stolen. So I'm coming from that perspective. But we do have to look at, first we have to look at both worlds. The one they show us on TV and the one that they don't. So the official story is that Kamala Harris lost because of voter fatigue and specific issues, like her stance on the war of Gaza, in Gaza, which reportedly cost her votes in a secret internal party review. That's the story for the public. But then you have the whispers, the things that they don't want, that don't make the nightly news. You have reports about voting machine software being secretly changed before the election. You have lawsuits like the one in Rockland County, where a judge found the claims of tampering credible enough to move forward. And you have the bombshell testimony from a former CIA operative who claims the NSA did its own forensic audit and found that Harris and Walz actually won by a wide margin, a result that was then covered up. So you have these two competing realities, the official narrative of a fair loss and the hidden narrative of a stolen one. And the question is, what's the truth? So let's ask the cards. Question number 1. Was Kamala Harris aware that the 2024 election was stolen? And I got 9 of Swords and the Star. 9 of Swords shows a person sitting up in bed, head in their hands, surrounded by swords. It represents anxiety, nightmares, being trapped in your own worst fears. So yes, she was aware, and it wasn't she was aware. It wasn't that she had proof or facts on paper, but she had a gut level knowing that something went wrong. And it still torments her. The clarifier is the Star. It shows a woman pouring water under a starry sky. This is a card about hope and healing. It tells me that Kamala was in conflict. Now, I pronounce it Kamala. You may pronounce it Kamala. I pronounce it Kamala. I could be wrong. So this tells me that Kamala was in conflict. While she knew the truth, a part of her was desperately hoping and praying that she was wrong, praying that the system would be okay. So she knew on a deep gut level, but she was hoping she was wrong. Question number 2. Why didn't she fight? Why did she just concede if she felt like something was wrong? And we got the 5 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. In the 5 of Cups, we see this image staring at the spilled cups. This is a card about grief and focusing on what's been lost. So there was no fight from Kamala because she was emotionally paralyzed by the loss. The grief was so overwhelming, she couldn't see the path forward. If she had turned around, she could have, but she was so focused on the loss. It's clarified by this Four of Pentacles. This shows a figure clutching his coins, refusing to let go. So this is a card about fear and holding on tightly. She conceded because she was afraid. She believed that if she fought it, that they would take everything from her. Her reputation, her future. So she chose to give up the presidency to protect what little she had left. So there was no fight because of an overwhelming grief, and she conceded out of fear to protect what was left. Why didn't the Democrats support her? We have the Tower and the Seven of Swords. The Tower is being struck by lightning, and people are falling. It represents sudden, catastrophic destruction and the fall of a false structure. The Democratic Party did not support her because they wanted this to happen. And I've been telling you this, that they could have stopped this whole thing. It never had to begin. Biden could have done something, but they wanted this to happen. They all want it to happen. They allowed the entire structure, they allowed the entire structure to be destroyed. It was a controlled demolition to clear the way for something new. They're hurting us with this slow fatigue of overwhelm so that we feel powerless to do anything about it. And slowly, step by step, one piece at a time, they're dismantling our democracy because they don't want it anymore. It gets in the way of their agenda. The clarifier is the Seven of Swords. Shows a man sneaking away with 5 swords, leaving 2 behind. It's a card of deception, strategy, and theft. So this wasn't just a passive, oh, we're not going to support you. It was an active betrayal. Factions within her own party used covert tactics and backstabbing to ensure she would fail. It was an inside job. They didn't support her because they wanted her presidency to fail. It was a deliberate betrayal achieved through deception. They didn't just want her presidency to fail, they want democracy to fail. And why aren't we doing anything about it? We're so numb to it all. We're so tired. We feel so powerless. Maybe you should go to my Patreon and watch my Greenland video, why they want to secure Greenland. And maybe then you'd understand why we're not doing anything. Will it ever come out? Next question. Will it ever come out and be reported officially that the 2024 election was stolen? I'm sorry about the background noise, guys. I have a roommate, so I can't always control the noise in the background. Please forgive me. Will it ever come out and be reported officially that the 2024 election was stolen? We got the Ten of Wands and the High Priestess. So this shows someone struggling to carry 10 heavy wands. It's an oppression and a crushing burden. So I would say the answer is probably no. The truth of it will not be officially reported. It's going to end up buried under an immense oppressive weight that the system refuses to let go of. It remains classified. The High Priestess is classified information, classified secrets, right? She sits between two pillars. She's holding a scroll of secret knowledge. She's the guardian of hidden truths. This means that while the official story will remain, this means that the official story will remain a lie, and the actual truth will always exist as an open secret. It will be known intuitively by me and you, and those who are willing to see past the official narrative. So in summary, no, it won't be officially reported. The truth will exist as an open secret, known but never acknowledged. Question number 5. After all this, is Kamala Harris likely to run for president in 2028? And I got the Ace of Wands and the Judgment card. The Ace of Wands can represent a plan, a spark of inspiration, an initiative, an action, a new beginning, a surge of passion. So it strongly points to, yes, she's likely to run again. The fire and the desire have come back, or will come back by that time. And there's a new spark of ambition forming. It's clarified by the Judgment, an angel blowing a trumpet, and people rising up from their graves, reborn. This is a card of awakening and a reckoning. So her potential 2028 run will not be the same. It's going to be born from a profound awakening, a rebirth from the ashes of 2024. It will be a campaign of revelation. So yes, she will likely run, but it will be a campaign born from a rebirth and a higher calling. Why do the Democrats want the old system torn down? What kind of system are they trying to build? Are they part of the New World Order? Are they just going along with the Republicans' agenda? In answer to that question, I got the King of Pentacles and the Devil. When I say Democrats, I don't mean all Democrats. I mean the one pulling the strings behind the politicians that we see, the ones who pull their strings. They want this. So the King of Pentacles is the man on the throne, covered in riches, holding a single coin. He's the master of the material world. He represents wealth, stability, control, established systems. He's not an idealist, he's a pragmatist. He's about control. And building and maintaining tangible power and assets. So why tear down the old system, you ask? Because the old system no longer served the king. It was becoming too predictable. Too many black and brown people had influence. It wasn't a reliable machine for generating and protecting wealth at the highest levels anymore. They want to tear it down to build a more efficient, more controllable system, a system that serves the elites, not the people. The devil is an enslaver. He suppresses, he keeps you in bondage. He represents materialism and chains. It shows two people chained by the neck. In this case, they're chained at the behind their back. They're chained pretty tightly in this card. Normally, I would say the chains are loose enough that you could remove them, but these people are enslaved by their own desires. They have made a deal with the devil, metaphorically, for material comfort and security. And the system they want to build is one of control through material dependency. They want to make us codependent upon them. So it's not about freedom or ideology. It's about creating a structure, a system where everyone is chained to the system for their wealth and their status and their safety. It's a system built on fear and greed, where the elites hold all the real power. So are they part of the New World Order agenda? The King of Pentacles and the Devil together, they scream yes. It's a global materialistic order. It's satanic, or the equivalent of something satanic in its energy, where small groups control all the resources and they keep everyone else dependent. It's not a conspiracy, it's just business. That's how they see it. It's the ultimate consolidation of power and wealth. Are they compliant with the Republican agenda? In many ways, yes, because when you get down to this level, the level of the King of Pentacles and the Devil, there's no real difference between the two parties. They are two heads of the same monster. They both serve the same master. The preservation and expansion of material power, greed. They may fight over small stuff in public, over our differences. We have differences, of course. But when it comes to maintaining the core system of control over the populace, they're on the same team. And they both want a predictable, controllable population that keeps the money flowing upwards. The old system of democracy is just getting in the way of that. So they're tearing it down, right, with the help of Donald Trump and his regime, to build something more openly compliant with their shared agenda. Remember, this is a tarot reading. Everything I say here is alleged. It's my opinion. Form your own. It's for entertainment purposes only. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Final question. What advice, Spirit, do you have for me and others like me, for the resistance, for those of us who still want a democracy? What advice do you have for us? I mean, is there any way out? Because what I'm getting from this is happening whether we like it or not. The tower has fallen. America will never be the same. It has to be rebuilt. But the trajectory that we're on right now is it will be rebuilt in their image. And they worship this low energy, this double energy, this greed, this materialism, this power through enslavement. And it's happening whether we like it or not. And it's around our financial system that they have to break down our financial system and turn it into something else. And I've said that in other readings. And if they did it all at once, we would revolt. But they've done it like over this decade. They've been doing it. They've been doing it. Anyway, final question. What advice do you have for the resistance, for those of us who still want a democracy? We got the Fool and the Six of Cups, which are saying stop trying to storm the castle. The Fool says to walk away and build your own village. Use the energy of the Six of Cups to do it. Build it on love, trust, and genuine community. That's how you create a new world. Not by tearing down their system, but by making it obsolete in your world. I just heard Mark of the Beast. All right, we're all going to be forced to take the mark. In order to do business, you're going to have to take some sort of mark. That's what's coming. That's the control. But within that system, we build our own system. Yeah, that's what the Spirit is saying. Yeah. Okay, so let's bring this all home. Kamala Harris, she knew the election was stolen, but was trapped by private knowledge. She didn't fight because she was broken by grief and fear. Her own party did betray her as part of a controlled demolition to serve a new agenda. And that agenda, run by the elites, who serve only material power, is to build a system of total control and dependency, a system both parties ultimately do support. And the truth of the theft will never be officially admitted to. It will always be an open secret. And from the ashes, Kamala Harris will likely be reborn again and run again. But for the rest of us, for the resistance, the path is clear. The advice is to be the fool, to take a leap of faith away from their game. Don't fight them on their battlefield. Instead, build our own world. Use simple, pure energy of the Six of Cups to create a real community. Connect with our neighbors. Build local networks of support. Make the old system so irrelevant to our daily life that it has no power over us. That's how we resist. That's how we win. So I'm sorry that this got so dark. It's easy to get lost in the weight of the devil and the tower that both showed up in these cards. But Spirit has given us an exit ramp. And it's giving us a heads up. Whether or not what gets torn down is built back in their image is still to be determined. I'm not saying this is where we're headed. It's where we're headed now, unless something changes. But right now the game is rigged, man. And even if the Democrats take back power, we're never going back to the way things were. They want a new system. And what that entails, I don't know exactly. But they want a new system. Right now is take care of yourself, take care of your village, take care of your community. Focus on connections that actually mean something. And buy local. Because their system thrives on our engagement, and if we don't engage, that's our power. And I'll leave it at that. I hope that you enjoyed this reading, found it insightful. If you did, please leave a thumbs up. Please share it with your friends in social media. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, if you'd like a personal reading, my information is in the description box. Bye.